In part 2a, we created temporal memory using Graphiti. Your agent now can answer who is leading Project Alpha differently depending on when you ask. That's a massive upgrade than RAG. But here's the issue. What we built run in localhost to a default Neo4j container. You cannot ship that. Today, we are going live. 3 things. First, we will connect your memory to your actual tools via MCP. So Claude Desktop and Cursor share the same brain. Second, we will swap in a database that is 10 times faster. And third, I will walk you through the production patterns and the tricks that took me weeks to figure out. Remember part 2a, we talked about skills and model context protocol, MCP. That was about giving your agent procedural knowledge. What we are about to do is giving it episodic knowledge using the same protocol. Graphiti now has an official MCP server. This is the biggest update since we wrote the part 2a script, and it changes the architecture fundamentally. Before MCP, you had to write custom integration code to connect Graphiti to each tool. Claude Desktop was one integration. Cursor was another. They did not share memory. Context was lost between tools. After MCP, one Graphiti MCP server, a Claude Desktop connects to it. Cursor connects to it. VS Code connects to it. They all share the same temporal knowledge graph. Information stored during a Claude Desktop session is immediately available in Cursor. This is a shared memory architecture, and it solves one of the biggest friction points in AI-assisted development: context loss between tools. The Graphiti MCP server comes bundled with a FalkorDB instance in a single Docker container. This is a zero configuration path to production-grade memory. One command and you are running. Claude Desktop uses Studio. It launches the server as a child process. Cursor and VS Code uses SSE. They connect to a running HTTP server. Both connect to the same Graphiti graph, same memory, different transport. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. I add a project update in Claude Desktop. Project Alpha deadline moved to February 15th. Now I switch to Cursor and ask, when is the Project Alpha deadline? It knows, same graph, same memory. If you are embedding Graphiti directly into another async framework like Google ADK or LangGraph, be aware of event loop conflicts. Graphiti manages its own async resources, and mixing event loops cause runtime error. Future attached to a different loop. Use the MCP or HTTP interface instead of embedding directly. In part 2a, we use Neo4j. It works, but for agentic workloads, high-frequency reads, real-time updates, sub-second expectations, there is a faster option. FalkorDB is built on Redis. It is written in C. For the specific operations Graphiti needs, aggregation expansion, find all relationship connected to a node, it is roughly 10 times faster than Neo4j. Sub 140 millisecond at P99. For a real-time voice agent or a high concurrency customer service bot, this is the difference between fluent and laggy. When should you still use Neo4j? If you need deep integration with existing BI tools, complex graph data science libraries, or enterprise visualization, Neo4j has a mature ecosystem. But for agentic memory, where speed is everything, FalkorDB wins. Switching from Neo4j to FalkorDB is a one-line change. Update the URI, the API is identical. All the episodes, queries, and temporal logic we built in part 2a work exactly the same way, just 10 times faster. Same code, same results, dramatically faster. And remember, the Graphiti MCP server comes bundled with FalkorDB by default. If you are starting fresh, you get this performance out of the box. A quick note here, Graphiti supports Amazon Neptune for AWS deployment and Kuzu for embedded single-user scenarios. But for most agentic use cases, FalkorDB is the recommendation. In part 2a, I introduced the concept of bitemporal memory, valid time versus transaction time. Let me show you why this matters in production. This is critical for regulated industries, healthcare, finance, and legal. You need to prove not just what's currently true, but what your system believed at the time it made a decision. Graphiti's edge invalidation preserves the full history. New facts don't delete old ones, they supersede them. Graphiti version 0.27 introduces something called Sagas, and if you are running this in production, you need to know about them. Here's the issue. When you add an episode, Graphiti makes multiple large language model calls for entity extraction, relationship mapping, edge invalidation. If you are running an area version and one of these calls fails midway, you will end up with inconsistent state. Half an entity extracted, relationship pointing to nothing. Sagas treats the entire ingestion of an episode as a single logical unit. The pipeline has 3 stages: entity extraction, relationship mapping, and edge invalidation. If an LLM call fails during relationship mapping, for example, the Saga ensures that partially created entities don't leave the graph in a corrupted state. The whole operation is rolled back or retired safely. This is the same pattern used in distributed microservices, and it's now built into Graphiti. The version 0.27 release also brings 15 to 20% latency improvements from refactored prompts and optimized database indices. For agents handling high-frequency interactions, this means more responsive chat and lower token cost per memory retrieval. When you are bootstrapping your graph, loading historical Slack messages, Jira tickets, meeting notes, use add episode bulk. It's 5 to 10 times faster than individual calls. Save add episode for real-time incoming data. Entity extraction is expensive. Every episode triggers LLM calls. The single biggest optimization: use a smaller model like GPT-4 Omni for extraction, and reserve the larger model for complex queries. This cuts token cost by roughly 80%. Let me summarize what we have built across part 2a and part 2b. Your agent now has production-grade temporal memory. It knows what happened, when it happened, and how things changed over time. It shares this memory across your tools via MCP. It runs on a database that's fast enough for real-time interactions. And it handles the edge cases: time zone-aware timestamps, consistent ingestion with Sagas, cost-optimized LLM calls. Combined with the skills from part 1, your agent now has a complete context layer: procedural knowledge, how to do things, and episodic knowledge. What happened and when, connected through MCP. Part 3 is about evaluation. How do you know your agent is actually working? Not vibes, not it seems fine, systematic evaluation. Because you can have perfect skills and perfect memory, but if you can't measure quality, you are flying blind. Graphiti code, MCP configuration, and integration examples are all in GitHub. Link in the description. Which tool you wish shared memory with your AI assistant? Drop in the comments. Let's build.